Hello students, so I welcome all of you to my YouTube channel, and today the topic which I'm going to discuss with you all is the chapter number 1, that is geography as a discipline, okay, of class 11 geography ISC. So here in this chapter basically it's a introductory chapter to geography, okay. Here what we are going to learn is what is geography and the things that geography deals with, okay. And it's not a very new thing to us because we have been learning geography from childhood, I guess, okay. From class 5 onwards we are learning geography, maybe as a social studies, as a part of social studies. Later on with the higher classes, isn't it, geography takes as an individual subject also, okay. So in my point of view, if you say geography is a very important subject, very important subject, geography is I will consider it as the soul of humanities, okay. Without geography humanity won't exist, humanities stream won't exist, okay. I'm not saying that other subjects are not important, other subjects are also equally important, but it is actually the soul which is driving the whole body, isn't it? Other parts, other organs are also important, but it's actually the soul which is driving this whole body, okay. So I will consider geography as the soul of the uh, this humanity streams, okay. Because in geography, okay, is a subject which has a multi-dimensional perspective, okay. Here we are going to learn various things which is related to the earth surface, okay. And it's a very integrated subject also, because all the other subjects, the base of all the other subjects lies within geography, okay. So without much delay, let's begin with the chapter. As I have already mentioned, that geography is a subject or the area of study which is very fascinating, and it provide us with the immense possibilities, okay, opportunities to explore and to acquire more knowledge about the present day earth surface, isn't it? So geography is primarily concerned with the study of earth, okay. Now if we see that we are completely dependent upon the resources which is provided by the earth surface. Our lifestyle and activities are completely dependent upon the surrounding environment. If we say like earlier life, or the earlier people used to depend upon the the primitive way of living, like hunting and gathering, isn't it? So over the time and space, like we developed, okay, technological enhancement was there, so we start domesticating the animals, we started growing crops. Now we live a very sophisticated from a society, from a very primitive life, we have now moved on into the highly sophisticated and technologically advanced society, okay. But again we have to understand that this development has not been same everywhere on the earth surface, because of the spatial variations, okay, in the natural environment also. So geography provides us the platform to understand and appreciate, okay, the changes that has been taken place over the time and space, okay. Nowadays we have much more technological, we have been advanced more, okay, in the cartography also, like we have geographic information system, global positioning system, computer cartography, which has contributed a lot in this particular direction. Now the real question comes, what is geography? Okay, in a very simple words, we can simply say that geography is the description or the study of the earth, isn't it? Now here in geography we can see two terms has been used, which has been taken from the Greek language, that is geo, which means earth, and graphos, which means to write or describes. So the literal meaning of the geography, the term geography, is to write about the earth, including all things which appears upon it, okay. Now here you can see a name, Eratosthenes, who was a great scholar, and if you recall this name, we have done an experiment in class 9. In 3rd century BC, he was the first person to calculate the circumference of the earth, and which is very near to the present day calculation, okay. Now I'm not going to show you the experiment or explain you the experiment right now, but trying to recall that name to you all. So Eratosthenes is also known as the father of geography. Okay, so there are many other scholars who have defined geography, like LD Slam, who has said that geography is the description of the earth as the abode of the human beings. Another definition is also there by Richard Hudson, who has said geography is concerned with the description and explanation of aerial differentiation of the Earth's surface. Isn't it? Like all the development all over the Earth's surface is not same. It differs from place to place according to the surrounding environment, isn't it? Hetner also has described like geography studies the difference of phenomena casually related in the parts of the earth's surface, because if you see in different parts of the world different types of phenomena takes place, isn't it? Cultural phenomena, if you see climatic phenomena, if you see, isn't it, human activities, ecosystems and all, if you see, like differs from place to place. Okay, so studying those different phenomena and the different places is also geography. Okay, so now the thing is that if you see, geography is a dynamic subject. Okay, a dynamic subject is not static, it's ever changing, because the topic which we are studying, that is dynamic itself. Earth, okay, is not constant, is not static, it's dynamic. Okay, it's ever changing. Understood? So that's why our subject is also a very fascinating subject. Okay, so geography, like if you say, like, you know, the human beings, we are completely dependent upon the resources which is provided by the earth to us. What we do, we just manipulate those resources according to our need, according to our desire. Okay, so here also, you know, geography also studies about the interaction and the relation between the man and the nature. Okay, students. So as well as like geography is also considered to be a well organized subject. Okay. Now why it is so is because it is concerned with three rational sets of questions. That is what, where and why. What, where and why. Okay. So the thing is that, for example, if we say a new substance has been discovered or new mineral has been found. Okay. Now the first question comes to our mind is, what is that substance? Isn't it? Okay, the identification of that substance. Now the second question which hits our mind is the where that substance has been discovered, isn't it? And the third is the identity, like location of the place, isn't it? The third is why. Okay, now the thing is that why that substance is particularly found only in that place, what is the reason behind that, isn't it? So the explanations or the casual, you know, the relationship between the features and the phenomena, okay, which has led to the occurrence of that particular mineral in that particular place. So that is the third set of question, why. Okay, so we are, as a student of geography, we are concerned with three different rational sets of questions: what, where and why. Okay, so it makes geography a well organized discipline or a well organized subject. Okay, now we'll further move on with another topic, that is the evolution of geography. So in the evolution of geography, okay, as you know, the human civilization also has moved forward with the different ages or the different evolution as this subject also. So basically, there are four different types of revolution has been taken place in over the years. Okay, so over the centuries, and which has changed the aspect of the subject. Okay, so as we know that we used to live a very primitive life, isn't it? We used to collect and gather foods. Okay, now over the years, man learned the techniques of domesticating the animals and doing the agriculture. Okay, this brought a big revolution, okay, in the life of human beings and the life of human civilization. So this was the form of the agricultural revolution, and which lasted for a long period of time, like up to the you know, the end of 18th century in Europe it lasted, and in some of the countries of Asia and Africa it lasted up to for 19th century also. So the agricultural revolution brought a change in the human civilization as in the geographical concepts also. Okay, so we can trust the concept of geography in the works or in the travels or in the writings of Indian, Chinese, Greek, Arab and other scholars of the ancient times also. Okay, for example, if you see the Artha Veda, which was written around 10th century BC, okay, it gives us a detailed account of the world known then. Okay, like it talks about the physical features, it talks about the biogeography, it talks about the human settlement, isn't it? So it is giving us a detailed idea about the world which was present then, isn't it? So similarly, there are many other Chinese scholars who have taken a long journey describing the uh, the physical features they come across, they're describing the civilization come across, they're describing the the biogeography which they have come across in their writings. Okay, so in that way, like many other contributions also has been done, like Greek geographer Miletus, who gives us the idea about the size and the shape of the earth. Eratosthenes, okay, who was the first scholar, as I said, isn't it, like who gives us the circumference of the earth, okay, with a very basic experiment, okay, very simple experiment, okay, which is very near to the present day calculation. Okay, so um Calidus Ptolemy, okay, he gives us the latitude and longitude, and because of that we were able to draw more accurate maps. Again, there were many other great astronomers like Aryabhatta, Bhaskaracharya, okay, who has added many concept or the knowledge in the astronomical field. So the works of many scholars, mathematicians, philosophers, okay, played a very important role in the development of the different aspects of geography. So here in this paragraph there are few examples given, so I want you people to go through it once. Okay, now by the end of 17th century, large variety of mechanical and chemical devices were developed, okay, and which brought another change in the human civilization. Okay, and that change was in the form of industrial revolution. Now the industrial revolution took place or originated in England, but eventually it spread all over the world by the 20th century. So taking the advantage of industrial revolution, many Europeans, okay, developed uh, invented, we can say many Europeans invented scientific tools, isn't it? They started taking voyages through the sea routes and discovered many new land masses, okay, which was unknown to the whole world till then. For example, Christopher Columbus discovered, you know America, which was not known to the world till then. Okay, Ferdinand Magellan, he was the first person to circumnavigate the whole world. Okay, so all those Europeans started taking up those voyages, okay, and increasing, okay, and improving the knowledge of men about the continents, oceans, mountains, plains, rivers, lakes, isn't it? And the people and the places, okay, which they come across, which they encountered. Okay, so not only that, even the measurement of distances, direction, heights, depth, isn't it, was increased by many fold. Okay, so by that time, geography became really a global subject. Immanuel Kant, a thinker or a philosopher of Germany, gave a new dimension to the subject. He made the subject more organized, more integrated by adding five different fields to geography, like mathematical geography, cultural geography, political geography, commercial geography, and theological or religious geography. Okay, and he was also the first scholar to think about the origin of Earth in the scientific basis. So he postulated a theory called nebular hypothesis. Okay, in 1755, and in this theory he talked about the origin of the whole solar system. So geography became very popular subject in the school by the end of 18th century. Okay, and in the second half of the 20th century, it was felt that geography is a dynamic subject and is fast changing in its content as well as its scope also. So, geography became such a subject which cannot be bound within a permanent definition because of its ever changing and vast scope and content. So, with this, a new phase or the new change was developed in the field of geography, which was brought by Walter Izard of University of Pennsylvania, USA. who came up with the new evolved and hybrid branch of geography, who which was called regional science. Okay, and this brought geography more closer to the social sciences and mathematics, and this coined the another change in geography, that was quantitative revolution. Now, what is quantitative revolution? Isn't it? Now, quantitative revolution gives us the scientific tools to study the relation between the physical and the human phenomena. Now, for example, let us see, now we have different instruments through which we can measure the elements of weather and climate, isn't it? We can process those datas, and we can analyze those datas, and we can forecast weather, isn't it? So in that way, what happens is we can uh, we can handle a large numbers of factors and process them, okay, to a meaningful patterns and structure. So the quantitative geography became a craze during 1960s and 70s. So along with the quantitative revolution, new revolution, or another revolution also came into an existence. So that was information revolution, and which made a great impact during 1990s. Okay, so that was remote sensing techniques. Now, remote sensing technique became very helpful in order to develop the different aspects of the geography. Okay, now remote sensing technique means the images which are taken from the satellites. Now, the concept of this air photographs was developed during the Second World War. Okay, so in order to locate the position of the enemies or the movement of the enemies, this aerial photographs used to be taken. But after the war, the air photographs became quite handy in the development of agriculture, industry, transportation. Okay, they provided the much more better information from the aerial view. Okay, and when the artificial satellite came into use in 1980s, the satellite started revolving around the earth, okay, and taking pictures, and those pictures were much more precise, okay, and much more sharp and better than the aerial photographs. So this satellite images was also very helpful in knowing about the mineral resources, hydrological resources, or the water resources, okay, and movement of the people, armies, goods, services, relief features, okay. So all those kinds of things, we used to get the information from the satellite images. And this remote sensing techniques also help the geographers to develop new enhanced techniques like geographic information system, then land information system, global positioning system, GPS. So when we enter into the 21st century, okay, we are already into a new era of spatial information technology. So all those revolution which we have seen, from the agriculture to the information revolution, okay, has brought great changes, has brought the great development in the concept and the scope of the subject geography. So the future geographers will not only be trained in answering what, where, and why, but they will be able to say what should be present, where it should be present, and why it should be present. So this was the way how geography has enhanced and developed as a subject and as a organized discipline, and geography is also called as the mother of all science. So thank you for watching, students. So see you in the next video.